Hello, and welcome to my very first vlog. I'm Steven, and
Becky.
and this is my blog, Digging for Gold, and I'm going to do a little bit of an informal review reaction to Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, which we just saw a couple days ago. First off, I am completely torn down the middle on this movie. I have two separate reviews. One as a moviegoer and another as a comic book fan. And they completely contradict each other. I'll start with my moviegoer review. It was awesome. I'm a big fan of Neville Dean and Taylor on the Crank films, and if you liked the Crank films or any of their work, then you're going to really like this movie. It's the same style. Their cinematography is crazy and out there and frenetic, and the script is just completely over the top and ridiculous. Nicolas Cage is Nicolas Cage. So if you don't like them, she doesn't like him, so if you don't like him, then you're not going to be turned over by this film. But if you enjoy not normal Nicolas Cage, but batshit crazy Nicolas Cage, like if you liked The Wicker Man, then you'll like Nicolas Cage in this film. He's just so overacting that it's just completely fun to watch. The other cast was also amazing. Idris Elba, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but he just stole the show. He was completely badass. My only complaint on the casting department would be no Peter Fonda, but I guess it's understandable. They did have a bit of a semi-explanation as to why the actor that played Mephisto / Rourke, for some reason, there's a partial reason why he's not in there anymore. So basically I liked it. It was really cool, crazy, completely over the top. If you go in knowing what you're going to get, then it's good fun. Now, I do think this is my comic book nerd version of the review. I do think that fans of Ghost Rider are going to completely hate this movie because Ghost Rider is not in it. Like in the first, they completely failed to make him sinister or intimidating or anything because he's just too goofy. Which works for the director's style, but not so much for fans of Ghost Rider. I feel like it'll alienate them. The Ghost Rider, when he's in his Ghost Rider form, it's still pretty much batshit crazy Nicolas Cage. He's like laughing and like swaying around, like dancing when he's in his Ghost Rider form. And like I said, it's not menacing or anything like that. So I mean, that wasn't what they were going for, but if that's what you're looking for, then you're not going to like the movie. And I guess that could be said that they were not really sticking to the source material all that much, because they completely changed the character, from what I understand. I mean, I'm not an expert in Ghost Rider, but I did decide to go to my local comic shop and try and see, like, if I was someone who saw Ghost Rider and was like, that was pretty cool, I want to get into the comics from that. I went to my local comic shop and picked up the first issue of the newest volume, Ghost Rider #1, and just to see if there would be any connection at all, and it's couldn't be farther from the movie. one thing, I mean, you look at it from the very beginning, oh, it's a tie-in to last year's event, Fear Itself. That's a problem right there, because someone who hasn't read any of the Fear Itself stuff and know about Sin and the Asgardian hammers and whatever, they're going to be completely confused. So it's not really a good number one issue, in my opinion. And then you actually you dig into the comic, and Johnny Blaze is Ghost Rider for all of 2 pages. And those 2 pages are a flashback to the .1 issue, which I guess is the new way of saying the 0 issue, where he lost his powers. He gave them up to a villain named Adam, who I guess is the Adam of Adam and Eve, but that's part of the story. And then he gives up his powers. The new Ghost Rider comes up. It's a female. Her name is Alejandra. She gets her ass kicked by Sin, the main villain of the Fear Itself event, and that's the whole comic. There is a backup at the end of the issue that shows Alejandra's origin, which I liked, but other than that, if you're a fan of the Ghost Rider movies, you're not going to be able to get into the comic very much, and if you're a fan of the comic, you're probably going to hate the movie anyway. So, as far as tie-ins go, they didn't do a very good job. And that's pretty much all I have to say about the movie. It was very, very good. For me, as a moviegoer and cinema lover, I, happen to love ridiculous, over-the-top action films. But from a comic reader's perspective, it didn't stick to the source material of the character, and it has no relevance to the comics as they are now, or as they are right behind us. Because as of now, the Ghost Rider comic is canceled. Whoopee. So that's pretty much all my thoughts on the film. Do you have anything you want to add?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
Okay. So, once again, I'm Steven. This is my very first vlog for my blog, Digging for Gold. If you're watching this on YouTube or anywhere else, check the comments, not the description area, to look at my blog, digforgold.blogspot.com. If you want to check me out on Twitter, it's at Red Conley. I'll have that in the description as well, so you can spell it. And that's about it. I'll see you guys next time.